Hi everybody, so I hope you're doing well. So I'm back with a recipe video, and today I'm going to make my raw vegan spinach wraps. I did have a video of this and I lost it for somehow, so I am doing another one. So yeah, really straightforward. It is literally, in this one it's just going to be 3 ingredients, which is apple, carrot and spinach. So we're basically hopefully going to get 3, maybe 4 wraps out of this. We'll see. We'll just basically see how we go. But yeah, basically we're just going to blend everything up. It's really straightforward. So I've got I think I've got like 500 grams of spinach here. So we're going to put all of that in here. And even if we only get 3 wraps and we get a little bit extra, I can make them into like little mini tacos. Tacos or little mini wraps. So obviously this has all been washed. So I'm pushing that quite down a little bit, make sure, and then get it all in there. And if you need to blend it first, so you can obviously get more in, then do that. And it's just easier to blend with these ingredients first than using the kind of harder vegetables, because they hold a little bit more water. And so I've got the apple here, and these are quite small apples, so I'm using 3. And it's nice to add the apple because it does actually, yeah, it creates that nice balance with the savoury flavour and the sweet flavour as well. So these apple in. I mean, you can add more apple if you want. You could even add some peppers in if you wanted to, which I do sometimes, add peppers in, if I'm not having the spinach really. Okay, so I'm just going to start blending that to get it more into a liquid and like kind of get that down a little bit more, reduced down, and I'm going to add the carrots in. Okay, so I've got that blended pretty much up now. You are going to have to use like a tamper to kind of bash it down so it gets to the blade. Okay, so we're just now going to chop in these carrots and get them all in. And you want to chop them to a point where, you know, they're going to be easy for the blender. So if you can chop them, depending on the blender you've got as well. So get these in. And then you can start liquidising them, and you can always add more in. But you are going to need to use your tamper to help push that down. So we'll get blending with that. Okay, so this has now been fully blended. So you can see here it's a bit more of the liquid. So now we're going to put in some of the herbs, spices, whatever you want. I'm going to keep it quite simple. I'm just going to put in some salt, some Himalayan salt, and some black pepper, and I'm going to put in my herb of choice. You can add fresh herbs. I'm just going to put in some dried oregano, and then some smoked paprika. And that's all I'm going to put in, but add in whatever, takes to your palate. And then what we're going to do, one of the key ingredients, is some psyllium husk. And this helps with the combining. It's really great for fibre as well. So we're going to put in about, these are teaspoon, is this a tablespoon? Teaspoon? I think this is a teaspoon. No, is it a teaspoon? I'm just having a look to see what it says. Can't even see the size of it. Yeah, I would say about maybe 2-3 teaspoons for this size anyway, for this amount. And then we're just going to blend it. We're just going to blend it again. Okay, so that is all done, and now we're going to be getting it on the dehydrator tray, which is the one I've got here. And I got this from Amazon. There's all different shapes and sizes. I've got like longer ones, but for these wraps, this is the kind of good shape that you want. And get your mixture. Sort this camera out, make sure that you can see. Okay, so to make sure that it is going to be even and you know how much you're putting on each one, I kind of like count how many spoonfuls that I do. Just sorting this camera out. So I kind of like say like 7 tablespoons are going to be on here, and then I'll know the next one I need to do 7 to make sure it's just easier for me to the way I make sure they're all uniform. So I'll do 1 because I don't want some to be thicker and not so thick, and I want them to be even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to start with 6. Get an offset spatula and spread it out. Spread it out to the corners. And then until you feel like it's all even. I think 6 might be a good on this one. And then get each corner. And then turn it round. And then even that bit out. You might feel actually that it needs to have a bit more added, and that's fine. Just do 6 to start with, because you can always add more, can't you? And then you can go from there. And even though you might think it's quite thick when you're putting it on, obviously it does reduce the water content, so it might come out a lot thinner than you think it's going to. So you want to make sure that, you know, all areas are covered. So yeah, it doesn't come out too thin, because then it can easily break. And you want to make sure that each corner is fully covered, corner to corner, and it's all even. So this, I don't think I need to add any more actually on this. I think 6 is the golden number with this mix, because it's quite, sometimes you have a bit of a wetter mix. This one's a thick one, a bit of a thicker one because of the carrot. Okay. So I'm feeling like this is pretty good. Just want to even it out a little bit more. Because like I say, I want them to all dry the same time as well. You can add also on top, if you wanted to add any like hemp seeds or anything on top, any pumpkin seeds, maybe just like chopped, then go ahead. I'm just going to keep these really simple and just not add anything on, but by all means you can do that. And then that's going to go in the that's pretty good to me. So that's going to go in the dehydrator, I would say, for about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours in total. And then obviously I don't even need to flip it. If I just leave it, they'll play off and they'll dry all the way through to the other side. If I just leave it, I don't need to like start. And that is the joy of having these little trays that they can do that. So there it is. So I'm going to get that in one of these in the dehydrator, and then I'm going to do the rest of the mix. Okay, and then this one's the last one, leaving that much left, so I won't be able to get another wrap into this. But what I will be able to do is just make little mini tacos shells, so I'll do that. Okay, so now we're just going to make these tacos, and I think I'll probably only be able to get 2 based on the mixture, but that's all good. And then These obviously won't take as long to dry. They'll probably take about maybe 4 hours, 4 to 3 hours. So we're just going to make them into little mini wraps. And if you want to get the crisp like an actual taco, you just fold them over and then leave them to dehydrate for a little bit longer. That's the trick. So make sure we've got all of the mixture. We don't want to miss any of that good stuff. Okay. And then we're just going to literally just make them into little circles. And not too thin, because obviously they won't be, they'll easily break. You want them to be pliable as well, you know. So, and then just do the same with this one here. And then just make sure the sides are all the same. And then that is really it. And obviously you can have fun with making these. You can do them in all different types of colours. So, make that a little bit bigger. Oh. And then obviously the key is to making sure that the dries at the right time, at the same time all over. So just making sure that they're consistent and they're all uniformed. That's going to help with that. So if you do need to take your time with this part, please do. Like, you know, you don't want to be rushing it. And obviously it might take you, even if you've never tried this before, it might take you a few goes. For me to perfect making wraps, it didn't happen the first time. Like, it's been a process for me to get comfortable with knowing how much psyllium husk to use, what vegetables work, what vegetables don't work. For example, just using carrot on its own doesn't tend to work that well, I find. They break up. So yeah, it's all trial and error when you're trying the wraps. That's what I've found anyway. So they look good to me. This one looks a little bit smaller than that one. Just spread that out a bit, but that's all right. Doesn't matter. Okay, now just do the sides here. Okay. So they're the little mini ones. Gonna get them in the dehydrator, and yeah, I reckon 3 to 4 hours, and they'll be good. I will flip these ones as well if I feel like yeah, they need to. But there you go. Okay, so this is the wrap, all dehydrated. You can feel it's all dry, it's all soft. So this is the bit that I really like to do. I'd like to peel it, so it should just peel off really easy. So you can see, you just get the corners and just peel, and that's it. You don't need to like flip it halfway through, and it's really pliable. You can get it thicker. I think this is a good, I mean, you can see it's quite thin, but it's pliable and it'll hold. So that's going to be good for, yeah, a good sized wrap. So I've made a cashew coriander kind of sauce to go on top, which I'll share a recipe for that as well. It's so good, and then I'll build it. But I'll do that in another video. This is just for the wraps, this video. So there you have it. And out of that, I got 2 taco mini wraps and then 3 of these wraps. So I hope you found this useful. Please do like and comment and subscribe and share, because I am really passionate about sharing, you know, creative ways of having healthy food. So yeah, I'm a tarot reader as well and a healer. So check out my website for my other offerings. So yeah, I hope this has helped. Have a blessed day.